Okay, hello, kings and queens. So I did try and do this live, and because of the connection, and it's like 10:30 here in Africa, Tanzania, I guess it just kept circling. So I decided to go ahead and just record it, and then I'll upload it at a later date. So today is my day 7, and we are at an Airbnb now. We checked out of our hotel, and I was saying that we hung out at look at that, Mosquito Netting. This is the first time we get to use it in Africa. So after we checked out of the hotel, we had breakfast, of course, checked out about 11:30, and then we hung out in the lobby for a bit because we were, early checkout, and then of course you can't really check into your new place until that afternoon. So we hung out in the lobby for a little bit, and then we went next door. There's this building that was right next to the hotel, and it's kind of like an American hangout. The building was being held by an American, and kind of like a hangout for like a community center for Americans. So we waited there until our ride came and picked us up, and then took us to the Airbnb. And then, the fact that we're Americans and that the air conditioning and the Wi-Fi was no longer an option, my teen boy was kind of sad. What am I gonna do without my internet? Because actually, to be honest with you, my husband and I did put data and calling on our card. What's that card called that we had? It was also SIM. It's just a regular SIM card. So we had a regular SIM card for our Android, and he has an Apple phone, so he had to get an eSIM card. So if you haven't heard of that, if you have an Apple card, an Apple phone, and you go international, make sure you get your eSIM card before you leave the States, or try and find a place when you get to whatever country you're landing in. So that's what we did. We went to the mall, and they have really nice malls here, guys. I mean, I tell you, we've been lied to so much that you just think that there's nothing metropolitan. Now, we know for a fact South Africa, Johannesburg, Nigeria, and Uganda, some of those places are really, but people are not living in huts, people. They're not. I mean, some people are, and it's okay, and I can't wait to go and explore that part myself. But we went to a really nice mall. It was air conditioned. It had ice cream shop. It had all these different mobile phone companies and perfume shops and spa. We actually went to the spa. I had my toenails, my feet done, and so we had the mall is definitely an experience. So I just tell you, when you go to a different country, please, make sure that you take a diary, take a journal, and keep notes of what all to expect. So let's see, what else did we do today? Of course, I wrote notes, but by the time I hit the on button, I can't think of what else. The SIM card is what I want to tell you about, the eSIM card, and they have to pay for their like electricity and stuff like that ahead of time. So we're trying to ration out the air conditioning, but hopefully we'll have a good night's sleep. At night here, they really do have a really good breeze, a nice, because they're right off the water. We're right off the water here. So hopefully that doesn't affect us sleeping tonight. I know. So on the way back here, like I was saying in the first video before I got cut off, the taxi that we took to the mall was nice and clean, and both seat belts worked. The front seat belt worked, semi. But the car we took yesterday, the guy was running out of gas, and so he wouldn't put the air conditioning on, and he would not stop for gas. So every taxi driver or Bolt that we took, like an Uber, each one of them has been different. So just like in the United States, you'll get some that are this way and some that are that way. So this is not a ragging on the drivers at all. But I was so happy that the car was great air conditioning and that the seat belts worked. And sometimes it seems like when you get a more mature driver that really cares about his car, they drive very cautiously. So this one tonight, though, on the way back from the mall, we also stopped at the mall and had some dinner, which was good. It was like they bring out a whole big plate of rice and your meat, and I think you're supposed to share it as a family, but because we're not used to that, we actually had too much food. I had too much. I was trying to finish it and I couldn't do it. So again, you get one big plate and then everybody shares it. So we did call the Bolt, and another guy came to pick us up. he didn't tell you yesterday too. The guy went over a bump again, man, and he hit his. I think he hit his head, and it scared the crap out of all of us. Because if you're not used to a certain road, and you're a driver, you don't know that the bumps are in the road, and so you're trying to speed to get to that person's destination, and you hit that bump. You hit a speed bump, and oh my gosh, we all could not stop laughing. It wasn't really funny. It's just that it scared the crap out of us. And my husband knew to stand up, like when you're on a bike or a motorcycle when you hit a speed bump. But I was like, this is no fun. So tonight on the way back, I don't know, there was a lot of traffic. They say early in the morning is a lot of traffic, and then in the evening, of course, which makes sense. People are either getting off work or whatever, but those are the heaviest times. And their mall was jam-packed. Like I said, it was beautiful. So got into the Bolt on the way back. Why did this man decide to take a detour? Like, stay on the main road. But no, he's going down these back streets like you're in Europe, and only one car would go down that street. And I was like, what is he doing? Almost knocking people over. And so I'm sitting in the back seat of the Bolt, and I'm Googling stay on the main street only, or main street only in Swahili, which happens to be, I'm not going to pronounce it correctly. I know I'm not, but it was Barabara Ku Piki. And when I said that, he started laughing. He's okay. All right. But I was like, man, if you don't get back on the main street, I don't care how much traffic there is. So he eventually weaved his way through, and thank God it wasn't a maze, or that we had to back all the way up on this one, alley road. And we got on the main street, and there was still a lot of traffic, but I felt we're not going to bump into, any children or any chickens. Yeah, and then they made the thing, they're one lane because they're on the opposite side of the street. They made one lane 3 because the traffic wasn't moving fast enough. So they turned one lane 3 lanes going in our direction, and then the traffic on the other side was trying to squeeze by. It was dark. There was no street lights. That was crazy. But we lived to tell the story. So again, that was our day. The food was okay, but the service was excellent. And I have noticed, I know that, we're getting in the habit of traveling more as African Americans. But when I say caribou, I'm like, caribou, and some of the people just look at me like, like, what you doing in my country? Anyway, I'm not going to stop being me, because some people, it is what it is, and I'm not going to change myself from speaking to people, and they don't have to speak to me. I can't make them speak to me, right? But all I can do is be in charge of me. And so I guess that is the lesson for today. Be who you are. And I think I posted something on Instagram today. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I am Nubian Queen 2020 on Instagram. And do you remember what the saying was I put? I'm like, if I'm too much for you, then go and find less. Respectfully. And I'm not trying to be mean in any way, but you know what? We shouldn't have to change ourselves to suit other people or dumb ourselves down. I think that's what my main point is. So I'm not having a bad day. Life is good. But I'm just saying, be who you are. Stand your ground. That's all. That's all you can do, right? Dream big. And when I was in the Air Force, the slogan for Air Force was aim high. So that's all that I'm saying. Aim high. Just like President Obama's wife, Michelle Obama, used to say, when they go low, you go high, right? So that's the lesson for today. Aim high, go high. When they go low, you go high. So thank you for tuning in. This is day 7. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with a friend. And if you had any crazy taxi rides or something funny that happened to you, leave it in the comments. All right, so this is day 7, and I have 7 more days to go. Thanks for sticking with us, and peace and blessings for now. Peace out. Bye.